All right. Hey guys, why is it sideways? Hey. I guess YouTube Live is vertical now. It's a bit strange. I'm so used to being horizontal. Anyways, Dobry Večer, Ukrainian, which means good evening. I'm Ukrainian, or at least I am in Ukraine. Hey, Gilbert. Hello, everyone. Where is everyone watching from today? Let me know. Let me know, guys, because honestly, I didn't want to do this live stream. I was almost going to cancel it, but I think a lot of people have a lot of questions, and I haven't done a live stream since the war started. So, Yuri's in Kyiv, Blask. Hello, Sid. Bassie's in China. I'm so sorry. Hope things aren't too locked down there. Hi from UK, Melbourne. What's up, Virginia? The last time I did a live stream was on the day after. I think it was the morning after the first bombs dropped, February 25th. It's been 2 months exactly. It's insane, right? Tall Tales wants to fight me. What do you mean, like a boxing match? Is he a YouTuber? I've never heard of him. If he wants to raise some money for Ukraine, I'll fight him. I'll fight Logan Paul if he wants to fight, or Jake, or whatever. I probably won't beat him, but I'll fight him. So, whoever wants to fight, I'll fight. All right, but I'm not gonna pick up a gun. If someone wants to fight in like a arm-to-arm combat, someone wants to do like boxing rules or Muay Thai rules or like I don't know, MMA, I'll do that. But yeah, especially after meeting these like actual heroes, the soldiers, these guys are tough dudes, man. These guys are super, super tough guys. And it's been a while being back here. Even just like the civilians are tough. Like people have really, it's probably always been in them, but like I was gonna say the word like stepped it up during the war, but I think maybe Ukrainians are just tough people, you know? So the shirt says Dobry Večer, Mój Ukrainians, which means hello, good evening. We are from Ukraine. This actually got popular because there was a video of soldiers going into, I believe it was Irpin or Bucha, or one of the places that were under siege for 2 months by Russian soldiers. And they were, every time they saw soldiers, they thought, fuck, they're gonna kill us or take us or do something. But this time, it was Ukrainian soldiers liberating the city, and they're like, no, like, good evening, like, we are from Ukraine. And this grandma, who was with her son, started crying. Maybe she wasn't a grandma, but it's like, older woman. She started crying, and she was like so relieved and happy to see it going on. Like they're people again. No, Dan is not here. He's back in Budapest, where he lives. But honestly, I shouldn't be here either. But I have some friends coming today and tomorrow, so I'm definitely gonna stay at least a few more days. But yeah, man. So I said, be careful recruiting. There's a lot of misconceptions, and I understand because most people have thankfully never been through a war before. They're like, why is not everything bombed, and why are soldiers not coming up to you and just recruiting you and drafting you in the army? It doesn't work that way. As far as I know, they have enough soldiers. They just need weapons. Like they need aircraft, anti-missile weapons. They need tanks. They need helicopters. So life feels like pretty normal. There's like literally like a couple there like making out behind me. In the center of Kyiv, it's mostly normal. I have a video that I just filmed. I'm editing right now.
Johnny D.
Yo.
What's going on, man?
Hey, how are you, man? Doing a live stream.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, are you from Kyiv?
I am, yes.
How are you? How are things?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, they seem like a staged cameo that you just walked off. But
No, I was
yeah.
passing by and I've noticed you from a distance.
Okay. All right.
We met, if you remember, we met back in, do you recall me?
In June.
No, we met, so do you recall me? We met back in winter time, I think it was.
Okay.
Molodist.
In Molodets. Oh, at the bar.
Correct.
Okay, cool, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta get back to this.
Take care, yeah.
I promise I wasn't staged. He just randomly pulled up on a skateboard. But yeah, so the thing is, the Ukrainian army is only taking people who have military training. So for all the people who wanted to come volunteer, I'm sorry, but unless you have a military background, they just can't take you. You know, because it takes over a year to train someone. And even a lot of my Ukrainian friends who are fighting age, even the ones that wanted to go, they tried to volunteer. The army was like, sorry, you don't have any experience, so we don't need you. But you know, a lot of people doing other things. There's ways to help, you know, either through volunteering or, you know, even just fighting like propaganda, right? Which is rampant. If you ever checked the comments on my video, maybe I guess I can answer some of them here, because like it's insane how many people still believe that I don't know, crazy things, right? Okay, the very first thing, are there Nazis in Ukraine? Is that what Russia is here to liberate? I can definitely 100% tell you there are less Nazis in Ukraine than there are in Russia. There's less Nazis in Ukraine than there are like in the US or Canada, or I don't know, name a country. There's definitely like ultra nationalist people, and they are literally in every single army. Like the US Army, it has, you know, super prideful Americans. They're like, America's best, fuck yeah, we're the best, you know? And unfortunately, there's some of them probably don't like Mexicans, right? Or don't like black people, or don't like whatever. But it's such a small minority that for a country to like bomb all of Canada just because the Proud Boys are from there, it's just an excuse. So it's like, it's weird. Like, I never wanted to talk about it or make a big video out of it, because it's better just to ignore these, you know, propagandists or these haters. Not haters, I mean, I don't know the word is, because a hater is just like, is annoying. A propagandist is someone who is literally putting lives at risk, or people will die from this, you know? And it's really, really sad, because a lot of people in Russia, and unfortunately now around the world, because they're so woke, and they're like, oh yeah, I saw this photo of, you know, some guys with a Ukrainian Nazi flag. And it's like, I've seen some of these photos. First off, their eyes are always blacked out, so we don't know who they are. Like, anybody can just have a Ukrainian flag and a Nazi flag. Like, anybody can print it. One of them looked like it was just printed that morning. So I just try not to even think about it or talk about it, because what really is 100% certain is Russia invaded Ukraine and is killing civilians. That is 100%. And if anybody wants to talk about anything political, of, you know, maybe they should have some talks about this, or maybe they should be stricter on not having neo-Nazis, you know, in any regiment. Maybe they should, you know, have some discussions about what to do in, you know, XYZ place. I think it's great to have these talks during peacetime, and maybe it was not good to just have this conflict in the East happen for so many years without, you know, having a solution to it. But the problem is now people are literally dying. So every day that people are keyboard worrying about, you know, is President Zelensky actually a Nazi, like, more people are dying. By the way, he's not. He's literally Jewish. So I don't know. Like, the other thing people keep bringing up is, you know, things are changing so quick. All right. In my last, not my last live stream because that's after Putin already bombed, but if you look at my live streams from December or January when things are safe, none of us in Ukraine thought that Putin was actually going to bomb or actually going to attack Kyiv. Like, we really believed that was he wasn't that insane. The local news here, including Zelensky himself, was saying to all of us, like, don't panic because it's going to cause the Ukrainian economy to crash if everybody's panicking before something happens. And obviously, none of us thought, like, if we knew that Putin was actually going to bomb and, like, something was going to happen, then obviously we would have panicked and we would have all left sooner. But it's weird because I predicted that there was only going to be a 5 to 10% chance of an invasion actually happening, and the chances of Putin actually bombing or coming into Kyiv itself was, especially the center, was going to be 5% or less. And the thing is, obviously, in hindsight, it happened, right? But it's still, like, it doesn't mean it was 100% chance still. It's kind of like if someone, put their life savings on, number 51 red at the roulette table, and then it hit 51 red, it doesn't mean his chance, like, it was 100% chance of it happening. He just got really lucky, or in this case, got really unlucky. So it sucks that it happened. Nobody believed that it would. But those people ended up being right. And it turns out, honestly, I've been wrong about a lot of things the last 2 years. I didn't think that, GameStop and, Hertz rental car, these failed companies, would become, these valuable stocks to buy. I didn't think that these meme coins like Dogecoin or, anything would become so valuable. It's just been a weird couple of years, man. Like, every time I try to think logically about something, I've been wrong. So, yeah, maybe don't listen to my advice when it comes to, logically trying to plan something, because logically, it was a stupid move for Putin to attack Kyiv, because it's completely, like, ruined his life. Like, everybody hates him now, even people that didn't hate him that much before, now they absolutely hate him. Now everybody hates Russians around the world, even though they didn't before. Now their economy sucks. Now NATO's expanding, and, like, Finland and Sweden, they all want to join, and that wasn't the case before, right? Like, so his plan completely backfire, and maybe, I don't know, who knows what his plan is, but now, like, he's completely unpredictable. So if you asked me a year ago or even 5 months ago, would Putin ever set off a nuclear bomb? I would say no, it's stupid, because 100%, if he sets one off, other nations, including the US, would send nukes to Moscow and destroy them. So there was zero chance of him doing it. But if you ask me today, is there a chance that Putin will send, some kind of nuclear weapon? Unfortunately, the chance is higher than zero now. It could happen, right? So now, like, who the freak knows, man? Thank you guys for the anonymous donations, by the way. I marked this as a fundraiser for Razom for Ukraine, which means together with Ukraine. They've been doing a lot of good work here on the ground in Ukraine. They're one of the few charities that actually are inside Ukraine. A lot of the bigger ones, like UNICEF or like Red Cross, most of their money goes to the borders. But you don't really see them inside here that much. And if you do, it's like maybe 10% of what you're donating to those big ones go there. But Razom, there's a couple other ones. The ones in my video with Roman. There's the one that was on my Instagram. Those are all ones that I actually seen here doing good work. So big thank you. Thomas Kakolen. thank you for becoming a channel member. So if you guys become a channel member, just to let you know, there are already 3 or 4 published and edited videos, so you can watch everything early. Those will be drip fed out in the next couple of days anyways, but you can just watch everything early as they come out. And because this is a fundraiser, 100% of the donations and super chats and stickers and all that stuff is going straight to Razam. So this is kind of a way to try to raise some money while giving you guys some info. Someone asked, I don't know how to ban the Putin trolls. I'm not reading all the comments, sorry. But so yeah, somebody asked, did I hear the missile attacks last night, the bombs last night? I didn't. Like, it was on the other side of the river. I was actually on the left bank yesterday visiting my friend Vladimir and Cynthia, and we heard air raid sirens in the distance, but we didn't really think anything of it. And actually, I talk about it in the next video upcoming. But you know, it was just a few miles away, so it's not 100% safe to be here. But I don't know, if you see kind of people walking around, I think most people are just, they understand the risks of being back in Kyiv. So it is what it is, you know. Like, if somebody chooses to come back, we know there's a chance of us, you know, randomly getting bombed or something. But it sucks until this war ends. You know, what else are we gonna do about it, right? That's why it's so important to arm Ukraine with at least like anti-aircraft, anti-missile defense, if nothing else, you know, because if we can at least do that, they can at least protect themselves. So, you know what, I'm gonna block this stupid idiot who talked about Johnny 5%. I just wasted 5 minutes explaining why I thought it was a 5% chance and no longer is. Anyways, that's the one person I decided to block on here. But yeah, there's a lot of misinformation, like, and it's so like it's tragic that it's not just from Russian bots. That's a problem. And and the thing is, be careful if you're calling them Russian bots, because a lot of them are actually real people, and they'll even prove themselves, like, oh man, I live in Alabama, or I live in, you know, whatever, Alberta or whatever. The people are just like misinformed. And the problem is, if you dive in deep enough into any conspiracy theory, you're always going to find what you're looking for. You know, whether you believe in aliens or that the vaccine is a microchip that'll, you know, stalk us, and Bill Gates is actually, you know, Satan. Like, you'll find some information that'll make you think, oh yeah, see, yeah, I was right about that. And the thing is, if you don't understand the whole story and you don't read the other side, or you don't look at the bigger picture, none of that matters, you know? Like, right now, the only thing that actually matters is the fact that 100% Russia soldiers and Putin are killing civilians in Ukraine, and they're not wanted here. Like, the vast majority, and I can say this for sure, 99.9% of Ukrainians do not want Russia to be here. They don't want anything to do with Putin, right? There might be like a very small handful of people right on the border in the east that, for whatever reason, whether for the higher pensions or because of the propaganda that I heard on that side, that may believe something different. But I promise you, 99% of the actual Ukrainians in all of Ukraine do not fucking want Putin anything to do with them. And as far as what I said back in January, before Putin invaded, most Ukrainians didn't hate Russians. Like, most Ukrainians had nothing against Russian people. They hated the Russian government. They hated what Russia did in Crimea. I was taking it. They hate, they might hate Putin, but the thing is, and here's a problem with being growing up in the U.S. is we exaggerate words a lot. So when we say something like literally, we don't actually mean literally. We mean like most of the time. or if I say like 99%, I just mean the vast majority. So I do apologize for that. It's a bad habit I picked in the US. You know, like if you ask like an American, like, how does this taste? And they say, oh, it's amazing. That usually just means it tastes pretty good. So, oh, sorry. If anyone becoming a member, if you become a level 2 member, you'll get early access to the videos that are out already. But anyways, when I said 99.9% of Ukrainians don't hate Russians, I didn't mean, you know, exactly 99 out of 100. I meant vast majority. And at the time, it was true. Like, you know, everybody I knew, you know, in the 4 years I've been coming to Ukraine, none of them hated, you know, Russians, or like, oh, fuck that Russian person. Or like, none of them, you know, when they heard someone speaking Russian, was like, oh, fuck this person. Because most of the people I knew in Kyiv, in Kharkiv, and Odessa, which are like the 3 big cities, most of them actually spoke Russian to friends or like in kind of everyday life, right? So they didn't hate Russian people. You know, a lot of them had friends or families in Russia, or just, you know, from travel or whatever it is, because it's a very similar, you know, culture, right? It's like, I don't know, like Americans or Canadians or something, right? But unfortunately, a lot of them now, and I don't know, unfortunately, now, most Ukrainians hate Russians. And they might hate them because they're not speaking up against the war. They're not, you know, maybe they hate them because, you know, they're not protesting against Putin. And I know it's complicated. I know Putin is basically a dictator that'll put you in jail if you say something against him. But that was kind of the case in 2014, right? Here in Ukraine, where their president was super pro-Russian, and the Ukrainians were like, no, we're not standing for this. I mean, we don't care if they put us in jail for protesting or shoot at us. We are going to have, you know, a president that does, you know, that is democratically doing what we want them to do. So, you know, Ukrainians like lost a lot during the Maidan in 2014. If you guys haven't seen the Netflix documentary, it's called Winter on Fire. That shows, you know, what happened there. So, yeah, unfortunately now, a lot of Ukrainians do hate Russians, and they hate Russian people. They hate everything to do with it. They want nothing to do with it. But that's Putin's fault. That's not Ukrainians' fault. I understand why they hate him. And maybe things will change, you know, in the future. You know, when this war hopefully ends and, you know, people can remend the relationship. But yeah, like right now, it sucks, you know. And I know that there's also, you know, good Russian people out there that are against it. But the thing is, even if they're suffering because of sanctions, Ukrainians are literally dying. So at this, you know, moment while this war is happening, you know, it's like tough luck, you know. It's kind of like same with Americans. I know a lot of Americans or you know, or people around the world are unhappy that food prices are high or gas prices are high. Yeah, this sucks, all right? But blame Putin, tell him to stop the war, and maybe things will go back to normal. So that's kind of a, you know, part of what happens when there's someone invading a country and stopping food production, you know, stopping shipments of food out of the port, which is Mariupol. All right. Yeah. So what's really cool is I just checked. We've not from just this video. I wish it was. I don't have that kind of cool, but in total, through the YouTube fundraiser, we've now raised $15,000 for Razom for Ukraine, which is a Ukrainian-based. Well, I think they're originally from the U.S., but they have, you know, people in Ukraine actually helping. So big thank you guys for that. Do super chats work? I don't see any questions. I saw a few donations, but I didn't see anyone sending super chats. If you want to ask any questions, all that money, 100% of that money goes to Razom for Ukraine. So just know it's going to a good cause. I wanted originally to walk down to Maidan, but there's a lot of military there, and I don't want to, unintentionally, or what's the word? I don't want to accidentally like show anything I'm not supposed to show. So that's why I'm trying to stay around my street, my neighborhood, where I know, there's nothing top secret here. But yeah, I know. Chris Mills, I just made you a moderator. All right, there you go. That's your new job, buddy. You know what? I'm curious what some of this, these stupid things people are saying is. Yes, Dominic Camtera. Yeah, there's definitely actual Russian bots, like people, like actual ones, and people who pay to be Russian bots. But there's also just, unfortunately, a lot of stupid people. Like, I didn't think trolls were real until I literally have met them in person, where people think it's funny to go into whatever it is, forums or groups or comments, and just make shit up and just to get a reaction from people. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? They have nothing better to do in their life. Their own life is so shitty that they're just like, ha 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 ha. I got a reaction out of this other person. And normally it sucks because, it is, cyberbullying, or it can hurt someone or ruin their reputation, maybe get them fired from the job or something. But right now, it literally gets people killed. Like, that's insane. That's insane to me. There's other category of people who, start asking questions that are like, have a little bit of truth in them, right? They're like, should Super Chat is not working. Oh no, why is it not working? Is that why we're not getting any? How much is YouTube paying me for this? None, because this is a fundraiser. Have I? Okay, yeah. Am I a spy? I would probably be the worst spy in the world if I was. But maybe that's my, there's only a donate button and not a super chat button? That's so weird. If you donate, can you write something? Like as a message when you donate? Maybe it'll, maybe that's the way to do it. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's sunset now. It's like 5 something, maybe 5:30 or something. Get out, because Putin's gonna destroy Kyiv. He's been trying to. I mean, luckily right now, I mean, there's 2 ways, for me to die here, right? One would be through like actual soldiers coming in and shooting me. Luckily, they're far now, where they're not gonna come back anytime soon, and hopefully ever. Johnny should go back on Russian Today again. I would love to, guys, because then I could tell people in Russia that they're fucking killing innocent civilians here. When I was on there in January, and it wasn't even RT, it was RT America, which spoke to the US audience. The message that I wanted to share was stop destroying the Ukrainian economy before Putin actually does something. Because at the time, we really didn't think Putin was crazy enough to attack. And if his message was, I don't actually want to attack, I just want to be heard, and I want to flex, and I want to negotiate for NATO to stop expanding, I would have been all for that. Unfortunately, he turned out to be a psychopath that can't be trusted. So yeah, I mean, do I regret going on? Yeah, of course. I mean, I even made an apologies video about it. But the thing is, at the time, I was going on every news outlet. It wasn't just like, for whatever reason, RT America was the one that everybody caught on to. But I literally spoke to every journalist I could, even like and Ukrainian ones too. And I was basically saying the exact same thing, that even though since November 2021, the Western media was saying that Kyiv was already under war. I was saying, no, it's not. Everything is normal here. Don't destroy the economy yet. Like, it's, don't freak out yet. There's nothing, like, nothing's happening. Like, just have, like, peace talks. So, unfortunately, this crazy motherfucker named Putin actually decided to invade and start killing people. And yeah, I shouldn't have doubted that, but at the same time, back then, like, logically, it made sense that he wouldn't put his millions of citizens at risk and destroy his own economy and destroy all relations with the whole world. But they did. He did. I don't think I can rotate the phone. I've tried. So the thing about the no-fly zone, the reason why, even though it would be great for Ukraine, it wouldn't be necessarily for the world. Is a lot of people don't realize that no-fly zone means shoot down anything that flies over Ukraine. It doesn't mean don't fly here. I mean, technically, right now it's a no-fly zone, right? Like Russia is not allowed to fly over Ukraine, but they do it anyways. Stop asking me about moneymaker on. Here, I'm sorry, man. You're gone. Anyone who copies and pastes the same freaking comment over and over, you're gonna have to get hidden. But yeah, it sucks that this war happened. I want it to end. I mean, I've been trying to raise money like ever since the war started, and thankfully, like, everybody's been super generous, and we've raised over, I think in total, I gotta count it because it changes so often. But I remember the goal being, at first, like, if we can raise $10,000, it'd be amazing. We've already raised $15,000 just to this one charity on the YouTube fundraiser, Razam. And 100% of that money goes directly to Razam. And that's good because, first, YouTube doesn't take any fees on it. And then second, I don't have to pay taxes on it because it doesn't go through me first. Unfortunately, with the GoFundMe, I'll probably have to pay taxes on that, which really sucks. I wish there was a way around that. But as you can see from watching the last video, that was kind of one of the only ways to get money, like, directly into Ukrainians' hands. This is before Cynthia had a PayPal account. The only other way is to do a Swift transfer or something, which most Americans can't do or don't know how to do, at least. And I've been able to just help a lot of people here and there, just in person and cash and things like that. So yeah, it's been very good being able to try to help however I can. But I also realize that being here, even though it looks relatively quiet and safe now, just last night 5 Christmas missiles dropped a few miles from here. So yeah, it's a strange time to be in Ukraine, I can say that for sure. But the fact that there's 2,000 people, watching this and you guys care, it means a lot. And I think if all the Ukrainians here knew how much support they're getting from the West and from different countries, then they would be really, really appreciative and happy that the whole world cares about them. It's not just they're not in this alone. So I think that's it. think that's it, guys. Let me flip this camera so you can see where I am. Thankfully, my street and the city center itself, aside from the buildings that got bombed yesterday, they're standing. Everything's okay, but it's because the Ukrainian military held them off on the outskirts in the suburbs, in Bucha and Irpin, Gostomel, on the left bank. And you'll see in the next couple of videos that I made that, they fought really, really bravely there. Also thanks to the anti-aircraft and anti-missile defense that a lot of it was donated from the US and other kind of NATO countries. So that's the reason why it's standing. Trust me, if they got through, this wouldn't be here. So I'm very, very grateful to the Ukrainian army and everyone who, everybody who helped and supported. So thanks, guys. Thanks so much. I'm going to end this here. But let's hope this war ends. Slava Ukraine, guys. And Slava.